there, second grade. How's everybody doing today? And welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. Enzi. Today, we are going to take a look at some number stories. But all these number stories are going to have something in common. They are going to be changed to more number stories. For this lesson, you're going to need your whiteboard and your marker. And you will also need your math journal. So make sure you gather up those materials because I am ready to shrink myself into the corner. Today, we are going to be doing grade 2, lesson 5.8, change to more number stories. And you're going to need your whiteboard and your marker, and you will need your math journal. And we will be doing pages 120 and 121 together in this video. Awesome job. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we are going to be doing some number stories. But the number stories that we are going to be doing are going to be called change to more number stories. So when we change to more, we're adding more on. Now you might remember this diagram that we used a lot previously in math. This is called a start, change, end diagram. Now I want us to practice drawing a start, change, end diagram on our whiteboard. So let's get our whiteboard and marker ready. And together, we are going to go ahead and draw a start, change, end diagram. So here we go. The first thing that we're going to draw is we are going to draw 2 boxes. So here's one box. I leave a space in the middle, and then I draw another box. And there it is. There's our 2 boxes. Now, the first box is called the start. So I just put an S. What does the S stand for? Start, right? That's a start. And in the last box, I put an E. What do you think the E stands for? It stands for the end. Now, in the middle, I'm going to put an arrow at the top. And at the bottom, I put a line where a number can sit on it. And this is my change. So I'm going to put the C. So we have just drawn our very own start, change, end diagram. And these start, change, end diagrams really help us to solve some math number stories. So let's go and see if you remember how to use the start, change, end diagram. Here is a number story that we have. The number story says, Mr. Enzi has 9 Lego minifigures. He bought 6 more Lego minifigures. How many Lego minifigures does he have now? Well, in order to solve this problem, we want to use our start, change, end diagram. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the really nice one, but you have the one that you drew, and that's okay. You use that one. Where do you think we're going to put that 9? Mr. Enzi has 9 Lego minifigures. Well, that was the start of our story. And when Mr. Enzi started the collection, he had 9. So we're going to write that 9 right in our start box. Now our story continues. He bought 6 more Lego minifigures. Where is that 6 going to go? Well, when you buy some more, that's a change. You're making a change to what you have. You're getting more when you buy something. So this is change to more. So I'm going to put that 6 here. We have to decide, is it going to be add or subtract? Well, if I'm buying more and I'm getting more minifigures, that is adding. So I put a plus sign in front of my 6. Now let's see what our story, how it continues. How many Lego minifigures does he have now? Well, that's the end of our story. We don't know how many I have now. Now, some of you are saying, I know the answer, I know the answer. But when we have to find one of these parts, what we do is we put a question mark where the part is that we have to solve. Now you can almost see the number model here. Here it is. Look at that number model. So let's write a number model on our whiteboard. 9 plus 6 equals, and we can put question mark. How many Lego minifigures does Mr. Renzi have now? 9 plus 6 more. 9 in the rock. We can count up 6. We can use any strategies like making 10. The answer is 15 Lego minifigures. Awesome job. So the start, change, end box can really help us to solve some number stories. All right, we are going to be moving into our math journal. I want you to find page number 120. I'm going to write that page number at the top. 120. See if you can find that page. Now, a big hint. There's all fish on the page. Look at all these fish. Holy moly. This is called our fish poster. So in your math journal on page 120, you're going to notice that every fish has a length and a weight. So let's take a look at fish A. Here's fish A. Fish A has, underneath it, it has a pound and an inch. The pound means how much the fish weighs. So sometimes when you go to the doctor says, step on the scale. I want to see how much you weigh, right? If you play football, you have to weigh a certain amount. If you're on the wrestling team, you weigh a certain amount. So the LB stands for pounds. Our weight is done in pounds. Pretty cool. Now, the IN is our inches. We've learned that. And inches measures how long it is. So we're going to be looking to see how heavy the fish are and how long some of these fish are. Well, let's take a look. Can anybody find for me how many inches long is fish C? How many inches long is fish C? Fish C is 18 inches long. Hopefully you didn't say 4, because 4 pounds means how much he weighs. Let's take a look at some others. Now our fishes start to get a little bit bigger. Notice how big they are getting. Ooh, how much does fish F weigh? How much does fish F weigh? So we have to find fish F. And they're in order. A, B, C, D, E, fish F. How much does fish F weigh? And it tells us right under it. 8 pounds. 8 pounds. Good job. Oh, how about fish I? How many inches long is fish I? Here's fish I. How many inches long? Did you say 30 inches long? That's a very long fish. Awesome job. Oh, which fish is 42 inches long? Which of our fishes is 42 inches long? Oh, I found it. 42 inches long is fish K. Ooh, and look how much fish L weighs. Fish L weighs 100 pounds. That fish weighs more than most second graders. Woo! Let's see why we have a fish poster today. Here is page 121. It's the very next page. It's called Fishy Stories. Let's see what we have to do on this journal page. For each story, do the following. Use the information on the fish poster to write the numbers you know in the change diagram. Write a question mark for the number you need to find or don't know. Write a number model with a question mark for the number you need to find. Solve the problem and write the answer. Well, that's just like what we did in our start, change, end warm-up. So let's look at number 1. Number 1, I notice there's a start, change, end box. So we're going to need that to solve this problem. Fish J swallows fish B. How much does fish J weigh now? So we have to start our story. And our story starts with fish J. How much does fish J weigh? Well, let's look at our poster. Fish J weighs how much? I see 24 pounds. So, in our start, change, end diagram, we're going to start with the 24. Now here comes our change. He swallows fish B. How much does fish B weigh? So now we have to go and look at fish B. Here's fish B. How much does fish B weigh? Did you say 3 pounds? So I'm going to write the 3 in the change diagram. Now, because he's eating something, he's getting more. So we're going to have a bigger end. So this is a change to more problem. We're going to put in a plus sign. How much does fish J weigh now? We don't know. We're going to put a question mark in the end box. Now, can you see a number model here? I see a number model. 24 plus 3 equals question mark. Now we have to figure out what our answer is. We could use our number grid. We could use our math minds. 24 in the rock, and we have to count 3 more. 25, 26. Did you get 27 pounds? Awesome job. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is done the same exact way. Fish K swallows fish G. How much does fish K weigh now? Well, let's find out. The start involves fish K. Let's go and look and see how much fish K weighs. There he is. I see him on my page. Fish K weighs 35 pounds. So we're going to write that 35 in our start box. But our story continues. Fish K swallows fish G. How much does fish G weigh? Well, let's look at our fish poster. Fish G weighs, there it is, 10 pounds. Now, Because he swallowed it and ate it, fish K is going to weigh more. This is a change to more story, so we're going to add a plus sign. Now, I'm going to put a question mark because I don't know the answer yet. But I can see my number model in my diagram. 35 plus 10 more. Let's write that for our number model. 35 plus 10 equals question mark. What's our answer? Well, we just learned adding 10 to a number. 35 plus 10 is going to give us 45. Awesome job. Now the last one is called a try this. That means it's a little bit harder, but this one isn't too hard. Here's why. The problem is very similar to what we just did. Fish F swallows fish B. How much does fish F weigh now? Draw your own change diagram. So we have to draw our own start, change, end in our journal. Let's go ahead and do it. See if you can do it on your own. Mr. Renzi's going to start with his 2 boxes. I'm going to leave a space in the middle. I'm going to have an arrow and then a line to write the number on. And I have the start, the change, and the end. I want you to try and finish problem number 3 all by yourself. Press that pause button. When you're done, press play to see if you are correct. Go ahead and hit that pause button and solve problem number 3. All right, hopefully you finished it. Fish F weighed 8 pounds. Fish B weighed 3 pounds. And 8 plus 3 equals a question mark. And my answer is 11 pounds. Did you solve that problem correctly? Awesome job. All right, 2nd grade. Today, we revisited the start, change, end diagram, and we solved some change to more number stories. You're going to have some practice problems in your seesaw activity, and I can't wait to see how smart you are.